as radio gets called everything from gag to gadget, at best a plaything in the
As
past.
the calls increased, more operators were needed.
More and more people to have a phone in their cars as radio telephones, where cellular is checking time on an electronic watch, or on an electronic calculator, or programming on an electronic computer. Introducing Macintosh. And it does some things no other business computer has ever done before.
And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
The last time I went to a museum was in November.
I think it was over Thanksgiving we went to the Kimball with my family for the Face of Impression.
The last time I went to the museum was the Met in New York. It was a school trip, and so we all went there to just look at all the different artwork and stuff. I remember Starry Night, we saw that, and that was really cool.
I think it was a Monet. And it was a girl on a hill in the distance. And you could see like her flowy hat and like all the flowers. It's really pretty.
My favorite painting was probably Washington crossing the Delaware.
I think it's different when you're seeing the actual painting, and like the real artwork is different when it's the original one.
I don't know, because like on a screen you only get like one focus and one certain lighting, and when in person you can adjust how you see it and like walk around it and like see all the different brush strokes and all the different lightings and how it might look different.
Definitely not. I've seen pictures on of the internet before, and whenever I saw it in person, I was surprised by how big it was. It took up an entire room, an entire wall, and it was just about 50 times bigger than I ever imagined it would be, and it was a lot more special in person. Okay, that one got me.
At the MoMA Van Gogh's Starry Night, it's just so different in person. You get to see the textures and all the influences he had, all the pretty blues and stars. And I really loved Matisse's cutouts. I know they're really simplistic, but he was the first one to do them. You got to see how big they actually were, not just in pictures, but in real life, they were humongous. They were over 20 feet tall. I think, of course, it's harder to go see Starry Night if you don't have the available resources, but I would definitely recommend seeing it in person. And just with that feeling of a museum, you just get to look around, you get to actually like see those plaques with the artist's name, what inspired them. You get to ask people, you get to interact with different people, curators, assistants that are just walking around the museum, and with the computer you can maybe search what was the inspiration, but you're not just going to have the historical facts right in front of you like you do at a museum. I absolutely loved in middle school when we went on field trips, so definitely more field trips. I actually went to the Kimball for art programs over the summer, and I remember it being a whole week where we just sat outside, we drew a huge metal tree. It was an all-day experience. I think just summer camps are a really great way for kids to get involved, and you can make new friends since everybody else doesn't really know each other. You share the same interest, and you all have, even if you don't have artistic abilities, it's still very interesting.
I think it's really important to pass along my passion to the younger generation, because the arts belong to everyone, and through arts education we are promoting empathy and respect for other cultures and creating a welcoming and inclusive environment for everyone.
I just think it completes the story for everybody. When you look at a piece of art the first time, it doesn't really make much sense until you know the story from behind it. And then it becomes real to you. It's something you can identify with yourself. But just looking at it, and until you hear what the story is, it really doesn't make any sense. You don't know what the history was at the time. You don't know what was going on, so you really can't relate to it. So I just like to pass that along so that they can see that these were people struggling in their world just like we do in ours, and learning new things all the time.
Many museums are using social media to reach out to the younger generations, and including that social media aspect, especially within the museums through events and activities. And also incorporating technology into art-making projects for the programs that we have here. And even having teen initiatives where the programs are run by teens for teens to give them a voice and ownership.
I am a visual learner. I think anybody, when they can see something, for instance, I don't want to read a set of directions. I want to do it myself. I want to put it together. I want to visually see it. I'd rather see something done. So when I can show them a clip, I can't exactly take them to these places to see like the Mona Lisa or Botticelli or anything like that. But if I can bring them a video clip that details and can move in and show all the details and still tell the story, not only are they captivated by it, but they learn so much more than what I could ever say to them. I think we are in a very digital world. I think years ago, there used to be when music videos first came out, I remember thinking at the time, nobody's going to be creating anything in their own head. They have to be supplied with that image. And in today's world, everything is supplied to these kids in images. Technology, it's at a fingertip. And if you can't supply them a visual image, I just don't think it completes it for them. I think they can't create it as easily in their own minds because they haven't had to do that. So that's why I like to do it. I just think it helps them create a picture, keep a picture, put it within their frame of reference and be able to understand it.
Yes, then on the Colosseum, you have all three orders of Greek architecture. You know, optical illusion things like the fluting.